So now your boat's out of the water. I'll tell you now what you should do next. So once your boat's out of the water, there are a number of, well, relax for a little while because the yard's going to move your boat over, or they're going to put it on stands, and she's going to be there for a little while. Have an idea of what you want to do while it's out of the water, because it's a great opportunity to access parts of the boat that you can't while they're in the water, and also do jobs that you can't do while they're in the water either, because you might sink the boat. So once she's out of the water, things you should have done immediately: power wash the boat, just get her nice and clean down there, clean up shaft and your prop and things like that. You can wait to sand her, but you need to sand her later on for the next preparation of bottom paint, typically. Inspect your through-hulls. Make sure that they're functioning properly. Open and close them. There's products, which I actually like to use. Marlube works great because I have Marlon. They're plastic type through-hulls. Grease them with that to make sure your through-hulls are operating, because you don't want your through-hulls stuck open or closed when you're in the water, because you might need to use them. Especially you don't want them stuck open if you had to close them for some reason. So yeah, go through any through-hulls you have along the bottom of the boat. Your engine intake, do the same thing there. Your raw water intakes for your air conditioner, whatever is bringing raw water into the boat, check those out. Also your little, if you're on a sailboat, I don't know if powerboats have these, but they have little paddle wheels. You know, little paddle wheel thing. That gives you your boat speed, water speed. Check that out, inspect it, make sure it works. Clean it, spin it, make sure you still get a signal over here, because they get so gunked up sometimes if you leave them in the water. So the boat's out of the water. You also want to, we'll just go through the boat from bow to stern. One thing I do is I inspect my anchor. I inspect my anchor chain. I inspect all the clevis pins and the shackles and things like that. You can get extra longevity out of your chain. Like say you had a 200 feet of chain and you only use 100 feet. Well, you can just swap it out sometimes to get more longevity out of your chain. But make sure your chain is not overly rusted. Make sure you look between the links. Open up the links, and that's where actually you'll get a lot of, if there is corrosion, you'll get it in there and you can't really see it, and that can really degrade the chain. Check it there. Look at your anchor. This could be an opportunity to get a new anchor, or you can get your anchors regalvanized as well some places. Instead of getting a new anchor, if you've purchased a really expensive anchor, you don't want another one. Take a look at your standing rigging. Inspect it. Look for rust. Look for crevices. Look for cracks. Look for anything out of the normal. Make sure it has a little... You should be doing this before you go on trips anyway. I always do. But there's a good opportunity to do it more in depth. Make sure it has all the little cotter pins in it and things like that. Look at your halyards and your sheets, so your rope. The sun does a really good job at degrading it, especially if it's constantly being exposed by the sun and the sea. So over time, you need to replace those. Sometimes you can swap them the same way, so you can get more longevity out of them. But inspect those. Make sure there's no wear or tear. Look at the pulleys, or they call them blocks. The blocks you have, make sure they still free flow. Look at your boom to make sure that it's still operating. Sometimes there's something called a gooseneck, which is where your boom attaches to your mast. Make sure there are no cracks on that. It's usually a fitting that might be either screwed in or riveted in. Sometimes that can crack. It takes a huge amount of pressure and force on that thing. Working your way back, when you're looking at your standing rigging, look at your chain plates, which are the top of your chain plates anyway. You look at the others later, but the top of your chain plates. Is there any rust, staining the deck? Are they leaking? Were you getting any leaking over the course of the season? Could be a good opportunity to rebed those, and so you don't get any more leaks. I personally have my standing rigging inspected by a professional because it's so important. I don't want my mast to fall over on me. Working back on the boat, look at your hatches. Some hatches, they get a lot of, again, sun abuse. There are usually seals between the hatch and the outside of the boat. You can clean those up, put silicone on those sometimes. Works really well. It makes the rubber more pliable again. There's just an infinite number of things you could do. I'm just giving you ideas of things I've done in the past or have on my list now to do, because they never stop, which is okay. If you really love your boat, it's okay. It's part of it's part of it, right? So like, if you're in a house, You still have to do things in your house. So people say, well, yeah, you buy a boat and you just throw another $1,000 at it. Sure, but I have a house, and I do the same thing with the house. I may not do it continuously, but over time you need a new roof. You need new shingles. You need a new water heater. It's the same thing. So if you love your boat, you're going to put some money into it, make sure she's in good shape and she's in good condition for when you need her out on the water. So getting back to what I was talking about, sometimes I'm pointing to something, but we have, they're not really hatches or portholes because they don't open up, but they're just like lights. And those are oftentimes sealed. Check those seals. We need new seals on ours and new lights probably. So that's something on our list. Great opportunity to do it when it's on the hard. Check your bilge pump. Make sure that's operating properly. Check your, really anything that you wouldn't do when you're on the water because you want to go out and play. This is the time to do it in the winter when you can't go out and play. You can get on your boat and say, "But bye, hon, I'll be back in a couple hours." Or, "Bye, dear, I'll be back in a couple hours. I'm going to go work on the boat." So that gets you on your boat for a while. Other things you can do upgrades. Perfect time to do upgrades to electronics and things like that. Run wires, add repeaters, or add AIS, or add, put a NEMA network on their 2000 network. Those are great to have. Lots of different things you can do while the boat's on the hard. Pull off your canvas. Have your canvas inspected, or you inspect it. Clean it up, spray it, or wait till spring, but put on your list to spray it before you put it back in the water with some type of hydrophobic spray, like a Scotch Guard or something, so it keeps the water from penetrating in through the layers of the fabric, and it keeps your fabric from getting mildewy and that type of thing. If you have solar panels, pull them off, clean them up, check them out. Sails. Hopefully you have sails on your sailboat. Hopefully you use them. Hopefully you motor all day, all season. My first season, I hardly ever used my sails. I was so afraid of using the sails. But now they're just great. I love them. I actually motor sail a lot too, so I use my sails and my motor. So they are a powerhouse. They're what you use to get around on your boat. So they're critical to your boat. So take care of them. Take them off. Send them to a sail loft. Have them inspected. Have them cleaned. Have them repaired if they need to be. Good opportunity to add some other standing rigging if you need to. Like we were considering adding a staysail to our boat. I'm not sure if I'm going to, but I was considering doing it. It's a good opportunity to do that when the boat's on the hard. Oh yeah, well, your dinghy too. Your dinghy and your outboard. Clean it up, take it out, store it someplace where it's not going to get beat up or punctured. Like I've seen marinas where, yeah, we'll take your dinghy out, we'll store it for you, and they like throw it in a garage. So just, take care of your dinghy, because that's especially if you're a cruiser, or you're out in a mooring, or you anchor a lot, that's your car. That's your station wagon. So take care of your dinghy, take care of your dinghy engine, change the oil on the engine, grease it up, make sure she's running for the spring. Oh, put fuel stabilizer in that fuel tank, or else you're going to have problems in the spring with your carburetor. Trust me. I've done it. You'd think I would learn after 3 times, but I keep doing it over and over and over again. I think I learned the 4th. You name it, you can do it on your boat, right? You can either do it yourself, or you can pay somebody to do it. Or you can do a combination of both. I encourage you to do a little bit of each, Try to learn about the systems on your boat. Some people really want to be experts in every single system. That's great. If you want to do that, that's cool. Or you can just learn enough to know what's going on, understand the principles, understand how to diagnose it, understand how to maybe fix it, simple fix-it things you have to do if you're not near a mechanic or you're underway or something like that. That's important, especially with your engine, some of your electronics. Great time to do that. Tons and tons of different projects you can do. Even if you're not on the boat, or if you're on the boat, binge YouTube channels. You learn so much on YouTube channels, including our channel. Like and subscribe while I'm saying that. But there are so many YouTube channels. I've learned so much information on them about everything. So, read up, read books, learn about your systems, learn about how to sail next year if you're not really confident about sailing. Find a sail theory book. Read up about how sailing works and how you can tweak sails and stuff like that. It just makes your whole experience a lot better when you get back on the water. So I'll see you guys next time for the next video. Bye now.